Hotpot, one of the most fun and communal ways to enjoy a meal. But if you're new to it, there are some unwritten rules you should know. Whether you're dining with friends, family, or at a Hotpot restaurant, following these do's and don'ts will make you look like a pro. Let's dive in. Let's start with a setup. Do take a moment to organize your ingredients. Keep raw meats separate from veggies and cooked food to avoid cross-contamination. And don't overcrowd your side of the table. It'll just create chaos. Do know the broth before you cook. Different broths have different cooking times and flavors. Lighter broths like a clear bone broth are great for delicate ingredients like seafood. Spicy broth like a Sichuan broth infuse a very strong flavor, but can overpower subtle ingredients. Know what you're working with. The broth is the heart of the hotpot. Avoid adding overly salty or strong flavored sauces into it. Keep your condiments in your personal dipping bowl. The broth should remain balanced for everyone at the table. Hotpot is all about sharing. Think of it as a team sport where everyone contributes to the win. So, respect the broth. This isn't just soup, it's the heart and soul of the meal. Whether it's a spicy Sichuan or a herbal base or tomato broth, don't dump in ingredients randomly like you're making a potion. Pace yourself. Do be considerate of everyone's taste. Some prefer spicy, others prefer mild. Don't dump strong flavored ingredients like cilantro or stinky tofu into the pot without checking first. It can overpower the broth. Many places provide different chopsticks or tools for raw and cooked food. If not, use a designated pair for handling raw meats to avoid cross-contamination. And if you're using a shared ladle, be courteous and don't double dip. Of course, don't hog the pot. Hotpot is a team effort. Don't overcrowd the pot with your own ingredients, and definitely don't fish out only your food while ignoring others. Share the space and make sure everyone gets their turn. Add ingredients in batches. Don't toss everything into the pot at once. Start with a few pieces of meat or vegetables at a time. This ensures the broth doesn't cool down and keeps things manageable. Don't dump everything in at once. This isn't a stew. Hotpot is all about timing. Some ingredients cook faster than others. Leafy greens take seconds. Thinly sliced meats cook in under a minute, but thicker cuts or dumplings need longer, so pace yourself. Remember to place only what you eat into the pot and keep track of it. Hotpot is not a buffet where you pile up a mountain of food all at once. Once ingredients are in the pot, let them cook without constant stirring. Stirring too much can break up delicate items like silken tofu and make it harder for others to find their food. Don't waste food, of course. It's easy to get carried away, especially with all you can eat places, but only order or grab what you can finish. Wasting food, especially in a hot pot, is a big no-no. And once something is done cooking, do take only what you plan to eat immediately. Don't hog the pot by leaving your food in there. It's a shared experience. Don't drink from the ladle. This might seem obvious, but don't drink directly from the ladle. If you want some broth, use a small bowl and a spoon. Hotpot is about pacing yourself. Add a few pieces of meat and a couple of vegetables or a dumpling or two at a time. Overloading the pot not only delays the cooking, but also makes it harder to retrieve your food. Be mindful of space. When adding ingredients, don't overcrowd the pot. It's a shared space, not your own personal bowl. Don't lose food in the pot. No one wants to go deep sea diving for your lost tofu or noodles. If you drop something in, just find it quickly, or better yet, use a strainer basket for smaller or slippery items. Hotpot isn't a race. No need to overload the pot just because you're hungry. If you're eyeing that Wagyu beef or handmade fish balls, remember to cook and eat in small batches. Do keep the pot organized. Place foods like veggies and mushrooms or noodles on one side and cook meats in smaller batches so everything is easy to find. On the flip side, don't dominate the pot. It's not a race to cook or a personal buffet. Everyone deserves a chance to cook their favorite ingredients. Do gently place your food into the pot. Don't just toss it in. This avoids splashing hot broth everywhere, which can burn someone or make a mess. Hot pot food comes out very hot. Don't burn your mouth. Let it cool briefly in your bowl or blow on it before taking a bite. And here's a pro tip. Do use the right tools. Slotted spoons are great for retrieving veggies or seafood, while tongs work best for bigger pieces of meat. Don't grab items with your bare hands, no matter how tricky they are to retrieve. Don't let food linger in the communal pot after it's been cooked. Remove it as soon as it's ready and place it in your bowl to cool. And do keep an eye on the broth level. If it's running low, refill it with the provided stock or hot water. Don't ignore it. It's everyone's responsibility to keep the pot going. Do offer to help others who might have trouble retrieving their food or finishing their sauce. Hotpot is about sharing, not just eating. Hotpot is a journey. Alternate between proteins, vegetables, and carbs to keep your palate interested. Don't save all the noodles or dumplings for the end. They're the best to enjoy throughout the meal. Hotpot is not a meal to rush through. Give each person time to add, cook, and enjoy their food. It's a collaborative experience meant to be savored. This is common sense, but don't monopolize the premium items, whether it is your Wagyu beef, shrimp, or fish balls. Take a reasonable portion and leave the rest for others. Hotpot is more than a dining tradition. It's a cultural experience that brings people together. By following these simple rules, you're not just ensuring a smoother meal, you're showing respect to the people, the food, and the tradition itself. Now that you know your do's and don'ts, you are ready to enjoy Hotpot the right way. Have any Hotpot horror stories or tips of your own? Drop them in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more foodie adventures. See you next time.